Hello everyone, it's your host, SethTheProgrammer here, and today I thought I'd do something a little more old school, and that is going to be a rant video. Now, back in the day, we did a few rants about the anti-power scalers and all that nonsense, but you'll notice if you look at my channel, I haven't done a video in 2 months, and you know, that's for numerous reasons, one of them being that if you go outside, we're literally living in the new Resident Evil game, but yeah, YouTube doesn't really take too kindly to that either, you know, ad rates are down, but in the meantime, I have been doing stuff. I wrote 200 pages of Dragon Ball notes, unironically, by the way, and I'm still going to be writing more. I'm going to be doing maybe like an anime watch through as well, and then write the notes for that as well, because I want to make the anime scaling a part of my videos. But other than that, this will just be a rant, because lately, we're back to the Saitama tards coming back to our community, but it's kind of transformed, you know, because there's certain eras to this type of scaling where, you know, people are like, well, until they're stated to be beatable, it logically follows that they're not beatable, right? And you'll just hear it with anyone, and you'll see like a meme back in the day, and it'll be like, LOL, don't care, you know, and Goku beats up your MC or something. You know, that was the first one. It was Goku beats up your main character. He was the first Saitama. And then Screw Attack kind of, you know, they made their own version of that. They're like, no, lol, don't care, Superman beats up your main character. And then it was Saitama one-shots your main character. And then it was Alien X one-shots your main character. And now it went full circle, and we're back to Dragon Ball. And now it's Beerus beats up your main character. Beerus cannot possibly be defeated until he's stated to be beatable. So that is the new meta we're dealing with. Now, some random artist on Twitter made a tier list, and I don't really care about him. No one cares about him, but what I'm saying here is that everyone followed suit, and everyone seems to think that Beerus is the top dog of Dragon Ball, above Mastered Ultra Instinct Goku, above the Jiren Ultra Instinct Hidden Power Trauma form, above Broly, above all of these characters, because he's never been stated to be beatable before. It's just the weirdest fucking thing. It's like, when you have a discussion with someone, usually you have certain foundations to your conversation, right? So, foundation 1, if you were talking to me, the foundation would be, we are speaking English, right? I'm saying hello in English, right? Okay, there's a foundation. But it seems like these people just disregard all logical foundations, and they'll just like presuppose things randomly mid-conversation to benefit their weird power scaling that they're gonna do on their Instagram account or their Amino or their random death battle wiki page. I don't know why they use this type of argumentation, but let me give you an example. How about you prove that Beerus, Saitama, Alien X, Superman, or Goku can be defeated? And it's like, for one, you're kind of making a claim while simultaneously acting like we made a claim. So they're saying that we made a claim by them claiming something. It's the most backwards hillbilly shit I've ever seen in the community. It happens all the time. They're like, no, I don't need to prove that he can beat everyone. You need to prove he can be beaten. And now let me give you an example about why that doesn't work at all, right? So, let's say we take SethTheProgrammer, right? SethTheProgrammer, you know, whatever you imagine. You can imagine me as Chad Thundercock. You can imagine me as some dweeb wearing a 90s rapper's outfit. You can imagine me as a fat loser virgin. I don't care. SethTheProgrammer, okay? Whatever you imagine. Now, SethTheProgrammer is going to fight fucking Yuha Ba from Bleach, or he's gonna fight Beerus, or he's gonna fight, I can't say that, he's gonna fight Cthulhu, he's gonna fight the Lord of Cinder, any of these characters, any cool character, he's gonna fight Kratos, he's gonna fight Thanos. You know what? SethTheProgrammer is going to fight all of these people at the same time, okay? So, now, I want you to imagine, what are SethTheProgrammer's feats? He's a human. Yes, a human. He power scales on the internet. Possibly a turbo virgin. Huh. I don't know. Do you think you could beat up Thanos and Kratos at the same time? I don't know. All I'm saying is, we've never seen Seth go all out before. Have we seen Seth go all out before? Maybe prove he doesn't beat the absolute shit out of Kratos and Thanos with his bare hands. Prove he doesn't. And you know it's even better. Then they'll respond like this. The people in the comments will respond, well, actually, Seth, this is a false equivalence because characters like Saitama and Alien X, they stated to be limitless, and so is Goku. Goku's a Saiyan warrior, and he doesn't have limits. Well, you know what? I picked up my fucking Bible, okay? I have the Bible in my hand, and it turns out that I've been telling people, statements only, by the way, this is what I've been telling people, that when I pray to my Bible, an omnipotent ultimacy beyond any concept imaginable to mankind grants me whatever power I need to win the battle. Some Jesus takes the wheel type shit. I open up my Bible and I say, God, I need to beat up Thanos now. And he's like, yes, of course, my son. And he gives me the flaming blade of the Garden of Eden, and I would slay any fictional character, okay? And then I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say, prove Seth the Programmer does not beat the shit out of all of these characters right now. Does that make sense? Does that sound like that's how we should argue? Because you know what it sounds like to me? It's starting to sound like you can argue anybody is unbeatable because you're not using any logical foundations to scale your characters, right? So, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to walk you through how to do this properly, okay, Twitter? Okay, everyone? Because it seems like all these pseudos on Twitter, I'm not judging them. I'm not saying they're some professionals. Maybe you have some smooth-brained children of mine like Revolution, you know, their buck-teeth, muffin-top, greasy asses trying to say you can't scale manga Jiren above Beerus because they've never looked into their own job. But let's say I have to educate you. So I'm going to educate you with this. When you power scale, it's not about making a claim while simultaneously acting like your opponent made a claim. Instead, it's about preponderance of evidence. So a preponderance of evidence in power scaling is, first, we assert characters can have feats, characters can have statements, characters can have powers that exceed our reality, they can have magic, whatever. And then you use a preponderance of evidence with their feats to determine this is where they scale. Maybe you can say they're greater, but until you prove that they are greater, much greater to a considerable amount, maybe orders of magnitude, it doesn't matter. So if you were to scale Beerus, okay, you would say, okay, maybe he scales to like late tournament of power because there's a statement in a guidebook that it took Mastered Ultra Instinct for Beerus to be like, okay, he surpassed me. So Beerus probably scales somewhere late in the tournament of power, right? That's the logical conclusion. However, people will be like, well, it's just a statement, right? We've never seen him not use his full power. And it's like, we're not making an objective claim. Power scaling and preponderance of evidence is not objective a lot of the time. It's almost I don't think people realize that it's almost impossible to almost make an objective fact without a subjective foundation to your logic. It's like they don't even understand what the fuck they're even saying themselves. So when you are power scaling, just power scale Beerus, you'd be like, okay, well, all we know is Whis, Beerus, and the guidebooks seem to think he's late term in the power level. That's all you would say, okay? That's it. No Saitama bullshit for Beerus. No, he beat up a gag character so he's omnipotent bullshit, okay? None of that. It's not necessary to scale the character like that at all, alright? Anyways, I have a member server that you can join by joining the membership thing on my YouTube channel. I also have a Twitch. You can subscribe there. It'll be in the link below. You know, you really should follow my Twitch, by the way. And other than that, I will be coming back to Dragon Ball soon. I just wanted to rant. I don't know. It just sounded like fun. So, hope you guys enjoy this video. And if you do enjoy these types of videos, be sure to show that with a subscription or a like. It really does, you know, let me know that this is what you guys want to see. So, other than that, guys, thank you so much for listening. See you next time.
Yo, so I'm recording this post-editing, actually. But, one more thing I wanted to add about the whole Saitama dramas, because people don't really understand, because I was ranting, so a lot of what I said wasn't really constructive. But let's say when I was talking about, say, the logical foundations, how most things are subjective, including power scaling that has a subjective foundation, is because a lot of people don't realize things like, okay, well, even us talking in English has subjective foundations. We're assuming things. Like, a lot of things are assumptions. Now, I made a video about this on Pinpin, which is presuppositions and fictional analysis, where I go over, like, if a character is using a pen or a ballpoint pen in a manga, why are you assuming that they're not using a pen that is full of black dragon ejaculate, right? Or something like that, right? Why are you assuming they're just using a normal pen? And the whole why are you assuming argument is really like a fall of any real discourse you can have. If you want to be honest, presupposition is pretty powerful, but in this case, people don't realize that almost anything is subject to that kind of logic, not just power scaling, but they'll try to like randomly use it for certain things and not for others. So it's kind of like me calling out some hypocrisy of them doing that. One other thing I wanted to bring up is, like, I know another thing people will say is, well, Beerus and Saitama, they've destroyed planets or something, and maybe they could be limitless. You haven't done anything like destroy a planet or threaten the universe or whatever. And it's like, okay, well, you guys aren't saying that they're, like, threatening to destroy a planet or a universe. You're trying to say that they can almost beat up any fictional character, or that they can't be beaten unless they're stated to be beaten. And it's like, well, what about outerversal characters? What about, like, something from, like, H.P. Lovecraft, you know, that's not bound by the concepts of space and time? Because, if anything, my feats as a normal human are closer to Saitama and Beerus than Saitama and Beerus are to the H.P. Lovecraft verse, right? Stuff like that. It's literally the same thing. And it's like, I'm just trying to point out that there is some shenanigans with their mindsets, and you can kind of see some bias, which, hey man, it's anime fans. I'm not really surprised. So, anyway, I'm actually leaving now. Bye.